National Artist for Architecture, Pablo S. Antonio, Leandro V. Locsin, Juan F. Nakpil, Ildefonso P. Santos, and Jose Maria V. Zaragoza.
Pablo S. Antonio was born on January 25, 1901 and died on June 14, 1975. He was known for his simple architectural design consisting of clean lines and functional curves. He did not focus much on the aesthetics of his design but the strength of the architecture. His main considerations in his structures were austerity and function. Included in his significant works are Far Eastern University Administration and Science buildings and theaters like the Lyric Theater, Ideal Theater, and Galaxy Theater, among others. Leandro V. Locsin was born on August 15, 1928 and died on November 15, 1994. He was a remarkable architect who designed numerous structures including residential and commercial buildings, churches, government office, hotels, and many more. His architectural designs were described as original and modern with a touch of Filipino culture and arts represented by the presence of traditional forms and patterns in his works. His grandest work,
Juan Nakpil. The most prominent elements in Juan Nakpil's architectural designs were their strength, function, and aesthetics. His works were reflections of the Philippines' traditional and cultural heritage. Some of his major works are the Avenue Theater and Hotel Building, Kazan Institute Buildings, International Eucharistic Congress Altar, and the renovated Quiapo Church. Ildefonso P. Santos. Ildefonso P. Santos was a famous landscape architect known for landscaping plazas, gardens, hotels, playgrounds, commercial centers, housing projects, parks, etc. He introduced outdoor shopping concept through his design of the Makati Commercial Center, where incorporated fountains, sculptures, and landscape walks. Among his projects are the Laguna Scaliraya Lake Resort, Loyola Memorial Park, Eternal Gardens Memorial Park, Tagaytay Highland Resort, Lipa, Batangas Mount Malarayat Golf and Country Club, and Imus Cabites Orchard Golf and Country Club.
Jose Maria V. Zaragoza, born on December 6, 1912, died on November 26, 1994. His architectural structure was a mixture of modern and traditional designs. Most of his works involve religious architecture like churches and convents, since he specialized liturgical art and architecture in the International Institution of Liturgical Art in Rome. He developed new techniques in designing Catholic churches in the Philippines, including the National Shrine of the Nuestra Señora del Santísimo Rosario, Santo Domingo Church and Convents, St. John Bosco Parish Church, etc. He also designed secular buildings like hotels, hospitals, commercial and residential buildings, and office buildings.
Ramon Valera was the first fashion designer who innovated the Philippine terno. He was the one who transformed the component of barot saya into a single clothing, bell shape or butterfly sleeve. Most prominent part of his ankle-long creation, his terno are the use of zipper instead of hook and exclusion of panuelo. Panuelo is the long scarf being wrapped around the shoulder of a symbolism of Filipina modesty. Lamberto B. Abellana was born on February 12, 1915, and he died on April 25, 1991. He is a director for theater arts. They called him the transgender guild, together with his wife named Daisy Anteveros Avellana. Carlos P. Romulo, who influenced him to enter in world of film which name Sakay. Sakay is the best picture of year 1939. This movie started his remarkable journey to the film of industry. Lino Brocka was born on April 3, 1939 and died on May 21, 1991, an award-winning director who used freedom of expression in his work, and a social activist who gave hope to marginalized sector of the society through his production. This is some of films he produced: Perfect Mother, Tubong sa Ginto, Tinimbang Ka Ngunit Kulang, Ora Pro Nobis, Manila, Sa Kuko ng Liwanag, Bona, Makiusap Ka sa Diyos. And he was awarded for PAMAS Award for being Best Director in year 1971 to 1992, PAP Awards Philippine in year 1984 to 1991 for being Best Director, Gawad Urian Awards for being Best Director in year 1977 to 1992, Metro Manila Festival for being Best Director in year 1979 to 1985.
Ismael Bernal, born September 30, 1938, died June 2, 1996. Ismael Bernal was called genius of the Philippine cinema. The powerful messages contains his films created a great impact to the Philippine cinema. His works reflects of the existing realities of the Philippine society and the struggles of the Filipino people, and his work was very symbolic. His works are Himala, Nunal sa Tubig, Pahiram ng Isang Umaga, and Broken Marriage. And his awards are Director of Decades, the 1970s by the Catholic Mass Media Award, and 4-time Best Director by the Urian Awards in 1989, 1985, 1983, and 1977. Ismael Bernal.
Manuel Conde. Manuel Pabustan Urbano, popularly known as Manuel Conde, started his journey in the world of film as an apprentice in Philippine films. He later on became the assistant director for Sarsuelo film entitled Gilyuko of the LVN Pictures. He then became a director and directed box office hits films like Ibong Adarna. He also established the MC production and produced movies which mirrors and critiques the Filipino traditions, customs, values, and culture. Conde introduced local cinema to an international audience. Some of his films include Siete Infantes de Lara, Si Juan Tamad Goes to Congress, and Ikaw Kasi, among others. Moreover, Conde did not just focus on making films in the context of the Philippines. He directed and starred on 2 movies focusing on world history and literature figures, which were entitled Genghis Khan and Segfredo. These movies became popular internationally that established the presence of the country's local cinema all over the world.
Gerardo de Leon was born on September 12, 1913 and died on July 15, 1981. When he was still in high school, Gerardo de Leon served as a piano player for silent movies. This became his first training ground in the field of cinema. He was a medical practitioner by profession, but because of his burning passion for cinema, he chose to pursue a career in directing films. Among his classic productions are No Limitang Here, El Filibusterismo, Daigdig ng Mga Api, and Sisa.
Ronald Allen K. Poe was born on August 20, 1939 and died on December 14, 2004, better known as Fernando Poe Jr. and colloquially known as FPJ and the King. Was a Filipino actor, director, writer, and a producer. He has a numerous Filipino action movies like Ang Batang Manila, Mga Alabok sa Lupa, Ang Probinsyano, Ako ang Katarungan at Totoy Bato. He also played as a hero on fantasy movies like Ang Panday, Ang Alamat, and Ang Pagbabalik ng He received a National Artist of the Philippines for Film on May 23, 2016 by President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. He was awarded as a Best Actor in the movie Totoy Bato in 1979 and Best Actor in the movie Mga Alabok ng Lupa in 1967.
Eddie Romero, born on July 7, 1924, died on May 28, 2013. His real name was Edgar Romero y Cinco. He's a scene playwright, a producer, and a film director. He started filmmaking when he was still a student in Silliman University. Gerardo de Leon asked him to write a script, which resulted to his first script called Ang Maestra. His first movie as a full-fledged director was the movie Kamay ng Diyos, produced in 1943 under by the Sampaguita. Example of his screenplays are Anong Ganda Mo, So Long American, Isumpa Mo Giliw, Maming Iniibig, and Hindi Kita Malimot. Awards that he claims are Award-winning Director, National Artist for Cinema and Broadcast, and he also received 5 Screen Awards from the Film Academy of Movie Arts and Science, or also known as FAMAS.